I am also joined this morning by Debra Burlingame. Her brother was the pilot of the hijacked plane that crashed into the Pentagon on September 11th. She is also the co-founder of 9/11 Families for a Safe and Strong America, and she's on the board of the National September 11th Memorial Foundation at Ground Zero, and we'd like to talk about that as well. Debra, good morning. Good to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
What did you think about what Adina just had to say?
Well, I think that what she suggested is absurd. There were 3,000 people who were killed on 9/11 in the name of Islam. And now we have an imam who's going to erect a 15-story mosque. And make no mistake, it's a mosque that's going to be on the top floor. We've seen the plans. He's building a mosque at the site of the bloodiest attack by Muslim extremists in the history of our country. And he's telling us that we must stand silent and be tolerant. Now this woman just came on your program and said that because a handful of Muslims were killed in that attack, we have to respect them above all the others and build a mosque in honor of them. That's not honoring them, because I'll tell you something. Most of the Muslims who were killed on 9/11, there were very few, were secular Muslims who came here fleeing Sharia law. And that is what this imam wants to supplant our U.S. laws with. Yeah. And he wants to spread Sharia all over the country. This is an imam who is a fraud. He is hooked up with Muslim brotherhood organizations. He has lent his name, his book, and his work to two Muslim Brotherhood Front organizations, one of which was identified by the FBI as a co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation trial. They put their logos and their web addresses on his book. He is a fraud, and that is why he does not want to declare where he got the $5 million to buy that property.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. A lot of people want to know exactly where that money came from. A lot of people want to know why Mayor Bloomberg doesn't want to know the answer to that question as well. What do you think about Mayor Bloomberg's take on this? We just played some sound from him moments ago.
Well, I have to tell you that as a 9/11 family member, and I've heard from dozens and dozens of them that are outraged, we don't particularly like being lectured to about tolerance by the politicians and cultural elites who are in absolute denial about Sharia, and they're in absolute denial about the relationship between Sharia law, what happened on 9/11, the hijackers who wanted to bring Sharia to America, who did it in the name of Sharia, and the fact that this imam is perfectly in tune with the Sharia project.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are upset by the suggestion that people who feel as you do are somehow unenlightened about religious tolerance. I think that a lot of people are upset by what's been going on with that. And Debra, I thank you very much for being here. I know you've been very instrumental in a lot of what's happened and in the building process at Ground Zero as well. So thank you for being here today.